Destiny Child is back, baby! Bro, I am so unbelievably happy. If you've been watching my channel for a decent amount of time, then you would know Destiny Child is my favorite gacha game, period, of all time. I loved it. And I was so unbelievably sad when it got canceled back in September of 2023. It's been 2 years and I am still not over it. I'm still so goddamn sad. But it was recently confirmed that Come to Us is partnering with Shift Up to bring back Destiny Child. Now, we don't know how. Like, we don't know if it's a full on reboot, if they're just bringing back the original game, just like reopening the servers. Like, we don't know what exactly is going on here, but it's coming back. Destiny Child has been resurrected. You may know Come to Us as the developers of Summoner's War, a game that released back in 2014. It's been around for 11 years. It's been around since the dawn of creation alongside Cthulhu. It is one of the great old ones. Like, seriously, it's an ancient game. Come to Us has actually been involved in a couple of different games, and they range from decent, like okay 7 out of 10s to being mediocre, like 5 out of 10s, or just straight up being bad. I wouldn't really say any of their games are straight up amazing. Granted, we're talking about gacha games, so that's to be expected. But yeah, they have a decent track record when it comes to gameplay, story, character designs. It varies from project to project. However, the one problem Come to Us usually has is monetization. Monetization is usually very iffy. Like, it's not the worst monetization that I've ever seen. I've seen just absolute trash, right? But they don't have the greatest track record. So that already has me a little worried because Destiny Child was famous. It was well known for being insanely generous and free to play friendly. For example, in every single event, you could get three free copies just by participating in the event of brand new characters, as well as free skins. And these were like high quality, really good skins. The game was insanely generous. That's just one example of one of the things that they did. They did a wide variety of stuff that made them incredibly generous and free to play friendly. The fact that Come to Us is involved probably means we're not going to get that level of free to play friendliness. Granted, Shift Up in general just isn't that free to play friendly anymore either. Like, Nikkei is definitely one of the more free to play friendly games currently on the market, but it is nowhere near the same level as Destiny Child. So, even if Shift Up was fully involved by themselves, it probably wouldn't be as free to play friendly as it was back in the day. But yeah, I am a little worried about Come to Us's involvement. I'm not gonna lie. From a gameplay perspective, they said it was announced that it's going to be an idle RPG. Now, I was worried and a little sad at first, but then I remembered technically the original Destiny Child is an idle game. You could play the game manually, it was like a strategy game, but it did have a surprisingly in depth, customizable auto system. You could essentially force the AI to do specific things with your character, essentially creating perfect rotations for all of your characters. You can create teams of 5, like your team consisted of 5 characters. Essentially, for example, characters had a basic attack, 2 skills, and an ultimate. Characters would attack by themselves, that was completely automatic, but you could manually use the 2 skills and the ultimate. Or you could use the auto system. And essentially, let's say skill 1 of a character would apply a buff that lasted for 2 turns. Well, you can make it so that the AI would use skill 1 followed up by skill 2 and then go back to skill 1 and just repeat that process over and over and over again, essentially creating a perfect rotation for that character. And you could do that to all 5 of your characters. You could also do the same thing with your ultimates. You could force the AI to use your ultimates in a specific order, creating a perfect rotation. So, for comparison, Honkai Star Rail has an absolute trash auto system, right? The AI is incredibly stupid and it would just make bad decisions constantly all the time. For example, an enemy would be like at 1 HP and it would use your main DPS's ultimate just to kill that one specific enemy, right? Like, the AI is very stupid. But you didn't have to worry about that with Destiny Child because you could customize it to do what you wanted to do. So essentially, Destiny Child technically is an idle game if you want to consider it that. So them calling this new game an idle game is like, okay, sure. If it keeps the in-depth, highly customizable auto system of the original Destiny Child, I'm okay with that. Gonna be honest, I'm okay with that. I didn't play Destiny Child because of the gameplay. Just straight up, I did not play because of the gameplay. It was okay for what it was, but I played for the character designs and the story. That's why I played. So like honestly, this resurrection can have whatever gameplay it wants. I don't care. What I hope it keeps is the quality of the story and the quality of the character designs. And it potentially could, because again, Shift Up is involved. We don't know to what degree they're involved, but they are involved. So I really hope they're able to keep the artist and the writers of the story. Because if they're able to do that, peak has returned. Peak gaming has returned, baby! Bro, I am so excited. I cannot believe I am making a video about the resurrection of Destiny Child. Am I dreaming? I feel like I'm dreaming. But, bro, and that's everything that we know about the resurrection of the game. We really don't know anything. Come to Us is involved with Shift Up to bring it back, and it's going to be an idle RPG, and it's releasing next year. That's really all we know. So, as you know, if you've watched my previous videos, I love Destiny Child. But why? I love it because of the gameplay. Not the gameplay. I just said I didn't care. I loved it because of the character designs and the story. That's why I loved it. Uh, Everybody knows that Destiny Child had some of the most insanely sexual character designs in any video game, period. The only games that were more sexual were just straight up pornographic video games, just straight up, you know? But yeah, I hope they keep that. I hope they keep that level of character designs. I hope that this is a rated mature game like the original. I really don't want this game to be 12 plus. I don't want this to be a teen game. I want it to be mature. Keep the mature rating. That way you don't have to worry about censoring the character design. Just keep the original rating and the original artist if you're able to bring back those artists, which I really hope they are. Because the art design, amazing. Top tier. I loved it. Um, but yeah, I mean, even then, not every character was hypersexual. You had characters like Teresa, Kubaba, uh, what's her name? I can't remember her name, but the vampire lady. Like you actually had a lot of characters that were covered up and just had really cool designs. And I hope they keep that. I hope they keep the sexual characters, but also just like the cool characters like Teresa. You know, I hope they balance both like the original game did. And then from a story perspective, I really hope they bring back the original writers because the story for Destiny Child was crazy. It was insane. I need a haircut. It genuinely the best story in any gacha game. Period. Like it was so goddamn good, bro. I loved it. It's crazy how I originally played Destiny Child because of the character designs. That was why I downloaded the game because I saw these insanely sexy characters. I was like 16, bro. Like, let's be real. Yeah, like that's why I downloaded the game. But the story shocked me by how good it was. Not at first. At first, the story was okay. It was whatever. But starting from Arc 3, which started with the Vanished Twin, I'm not going to explain it, but for those of you who play the game, you know what I'm talking about. It was the Davi story with the Fallen Angel one, and then Ambivalence Davi, and all of that. Like the crazy Davi story. Starting from that period onward, peak. Peak. The story was so goddamn good, bro. It's crazy. I loved it. I went from being somebody who only played it because I wanted to see sexy anime women and jack off. I'm kidding, I never jacked off. But I did like looking at them. They were crazy, bro. I was like, whoa. um, and then eventually it was just, I want the story. I want the story. I want to see where the story is going. My most hype updates were the main story updates. Those were the ones that I was the most excited for because I just wanted to see where the story was going. I was so invested which is why I was so sad that the game got canceled, you know. Anyways, Destiny Child is coming back and I'm super happy. Um I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna cover the game because I don't know what it is. We don't know what the game is. We know it's an idle RPG. We know it's the resurrection of the IP, but besides that, we don't really know anything about it. I don't know if it's gonna be something that I'm gonna be interested in playing, let alone covering. And also, as I recently mentioned in my post, a recent community post, I'm very disillusioned towards gachas right now. It feels like every gacha game is just dying. Infinity Nikki with the 1.5 update, Black Beacon, um, Tribe 9 is getting shut down in November. That game didn't even last a year. That game came out in February 20th and is getting shut down in September. 9 months. Like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know if I'm gonna keep covering gacha games because I'm still excited for like Ananta. I think Ananta still looks cool. I want to play that. Silver Palace got announced recently, and that game looks crazy. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be covering gacha games when Destiny Child releases. I genuinely don't. I don't know what the future holds for me or this channel. So all I do know is that I will definitely be signing up for like betas and stuff like that. I'm gonna check out the game. If I like it, if I want to keep playing it, I might cover it or I might not. We'll see. But definitely expect a video when those betas start coming out because I'm definitely gonna cover those games. Also, I may as well announce this now. I got accepted into the Duet Night Abyss beta, the second one. So I'm gonna play that. I'll probably make a review of it. Oh, if you watched my video talking about the first Duet Night Abyss beta, the first impressions video, in that video I mentioned that I was gonna make more videos about the beta, but I never did. The reason I didn't is because I got hit by one of my famous depressive episodes, and by the time I felt better, I just lost all interest. Like I tried to make the videos, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't find like the energy, the motivation to make those videos, so I just didn't. So if you were wondering what happened to that, that's what happened. But yeah, I'm gonna cover the second beta. I'll make a video about that. But yeah, Destiny Child is back, bro. Yes, I'm so excited. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you really like the video and you want to more directly support me, become a channel member for just $5 a month. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.